Hola amigos, are you thinking about retiring in Puerto Vallarta? Well, if you are, first of all, great choice. Every year I meet more Americans and Canadians who come down here for one winter and end up saying, we're not going back. But after helping so many retirees settle in, I've noticed something funny. They all have the same list of things they wish they knew before moving here. Some are pleasant surprises, some are practical, and some are the kind of things you only learn after you've been here long enough to order tacos like a local. So today I'm giving you the real honest version, the stuff future retirees always tell me. I wish that somebody had told me this sooner. So number one I want to talk about here is the cost of living. There are amazing savings, but with a twist. Yes, it's lower in the quality of life way that surprises almost everyone. Groceries are cheaper, labor cheaper, much cheaper, healthcare cheaper. We'll talk about that in a minute. Even property taxes are so low that people laugh when they see the bill. But here's what retirees tell me when they're a few months in. We could have saved even more if we stopped shopping like tourists. You walk into a beachfront restaurant, gorgeous view, but then the bill arrives and you realize the fish tacos cost the same as a small mortgage. Meanwhile, the taco stand 2 blocks away inland, the same meal for a fraction of the price, and honestly, usually better. It's not about being cheap, it's about learning the local rhythm. Once you do, your budget opens up in incredible ways. So number two is healthcare. Just so you know, it's shockingly good. Healthcare is hands down the biggest pleasant surprise. People arrive thinking, okay, we're moving to Mexico, what are we sacrificing? And then they walk into a modern private hospital, get seen by a specialist in 24 hours, and pay less than they would for parking in some US cities. A retiree told me recently, I no longer plan my whole year around medical appointments. Now that says a lot. And here's something most people don't realize. You can get a doctor to come to your house for about the price of a dinner out, and that's not a joke. Plus, prescription medication is often dramatically cheaper, and many retirees switch to local insurance and save thousands of dollars a year, sometimes tens of thousands. Number three is the climate. Yeah, it's a dream, but it has a couple of plot twists. You've heard that Puerto Vallarta has great weather, and it does. November through June is picture perfect. Sunny, warm, low humidity, but July through September it becomes a tropical sauna. You'll meet people who say, oh, the humidity doesn't bother me, and those people are either superhuman or they're lying. Of course, people from the southern states are used to it, while folks from Seattle, not so much. Now, for me, I'm cool with November through July or even August, but September and October are the 2 months for me that are hardest to bear. So I usually travel in those 2 months, and it's a good idea to think about that, maybe go travel or visit family and friends back home. But here's the thing, you do adapt. In some cases you might stay indoors during the afternoon and live your best air-conditioned life. Once you understand the season cycle, it actually becomes part of the charm. So let's talk about the neighborhoods in Puerto Vallarta. Now they all have very big personalities. I go in depth into the character of the different Puerto Vallarta neighborhoods in this video here, and also in this video here. So check those out on my channel. Something people wish they knew earlier on is that the neighborhoods of Puerto Vallarta are very different from each other. And I mean personality level different. So the romantic zone, which is lively, it's walkable, it's got tons of energy, tons of nightlife. Amazing if you love having everything within reach. Not amazing if you want the quiet evenings. Versailles is another great neighborhood. It's local, it's trendy, and it's foodie heaven. Great walkability, great value. This is where retirees discover their favorite cafe and suddenly become regulars. Now the marina, beautiful walking paths, calm, refined and close to the airport. A lot of retirees start here because it feels familiar. What about Fluvial? That's more residential. It has big sidewalks and families, close to Costco, Home Depot and everything practical. Nueva Vallarta, across the bridge, is a resort-like living with wide beaches, newer developments and quieter night. So if you've been thinking about buying a house or a condo here in Puerto Vallarta, allow me to help you find a neighborhood that better suits your needs. If we haven't met before, my name is Stan Freeman and I've been helping people buy and sell condos and homes in Puerto Vallarta and the Bay of Banderas area for quite a while now. And if you're looking for the right spot that actually fits your lifestyle, make sure you like my videos and subscribe to my channel so you can be the first to know what's going on in the Puerto Vallarta market, and I'll keep you updated with the insider information so your move here is as smooth as possible. All right, the next stumbling block for some is the language. Now the language, you don't need fluency, just curiosity. You'd actually be shocked how little Spanish you technically need to get by here. Puerto Vallarta is extremely expat friendly. But the retirees who are the happiest, well, they learn a little, just the basics. It opens up friendships, gets you better service, and honestly, it's fun. Nobody expects perfection, just a little effort. I met a retiree who only knew 3 Spanish phrases, and somehow he made more Mexican friends than anyone. It's about showing interest in the culture, really. So the next thing people ask me about is residency. Now, it's easier than you think. The residency process is nowhere near as intimidating as people imagine. Most retirees qualify easily through income or savings, and once you're here, renewals are straightforward. So if you work with a good facilitator, the process is pretty smooth, and every retiree tells me they wish they'd started sooner. Permanent residency can happen surprisingly fast, and it makes life a lot easier. So if you're interested to find out more about residency, I've done a video on that, and you can see that right here. So what will your social life be here in Puerto Vallarta? Well, let me tell you, it picks up really fast. One of the biggest surprises for retirees is how easily it is to make friends here. You're surrounded by people who are starting a new chapter too, and these people also want community. You join one pickleball game and suddenly you have 12 dinner invitations. You go to one volunteer event, boom, social calendar is full. One retiree told me, my kids ask why I never answer my phone, and I said, because I have a life now. That cracked me up. Puerto Vallarta isn't just beautiful, it's social, it's active, and it's welcoming. On to my favorite subject, real estate. Now there's different rules here, but it's the same dream. Buying real estate in Mexico is absolutely doable, but it works differently than the US or Canada. There is an MLS here, but developers vary, and HOAs can be higher, but they do include more. And processes like fideicomisos or notarias are very unique. But here's the good news. Americans and Canadians buy here safely every day. The key is having a team you trust, an experienced realtor like myself, and a reputable lawyer and a solid notariate. The things retirees wish they knew, how important it is to understand the neighborhood lifestyle and HOA culture before buying. These 2 things affect your day-to-day life a lot more than square footage ever will. So what do Americans and Canadians wish they knew before retiring in Puerto Vallarta? That life here is easier, it's healthier, more affordable, more social, and honestly a lot more joyful than they ever expected it to be. And if you're thinking about retiring here, whether you're 9 months out or 9 years away, I'm always happy to help you explore, answer questions, or guide you step by step through the process. So thanks for watching and welcome to your future in Puerto Vallarta. Hasta luego.